Hey everybody, welcome back to, well, I shouldn't say welcome back. Welcome to the League of EMP. EMP standing for Extremely Mediocre Pokemon, where I go to the bottom of the BST list of viable Pokemon in the VGC format and use the shittiest ones to some extent of success, maybe possibly once in a while. Today, and what I wanted to start off with was Dedenne. I think it's Dedenne. If it's just Dedenne, I apologize, but I asked one guy who spoke French on stream last night, and he said Dedenne, so we're going to go with that. I dubbed him Poor Man's Pachirisu because kind of does the same thing. It doesn't get access to Follow Me, which is kind of Pachirisu's major selling point. However, it does have its perks. It's got some perks. So let's look at it just a little bit more. Here he is. He's so cute. Let's look at the stats. What do you think? So base stat wise, HP is doing all right. Obviously, we're not going to be using any physical attacks. Defense is kind of lacking. Special attack is half decent. Surprisingly, I didn't even know this while I was using it. I'm using it as a utility mon. But holy God, that special attack is almost usable. Special defense, slightly better than the defense. And speed, it's actually got some speed, which is where the majority of its BST total lies, unfortunately. Effectiveness-wise, it's got pretty good resistances here. Flying, bug, and electric. Fighting, as well as dark, because it is, fairy, electric. It's immune to dragon, so it's got a lot of great typings on it. Only being weak to poison and ground, and I mean, outside of Garchomp, do we see that many ground types? Nah. And how about poison? Not really. So, not so bad. I did call him Poor Man's Pachirisu, and to be fair, let's bring up Pachirisu stats. And if you guys notice this, Dedenne actually has better base stats than Pachirisu. I'm not saying it's a better Pokemon for that reason, but if we look at it, it's got slightly higher HP. It loses out on the 2 defenses, which is really, really a shame, especially on a utility Pokemon. And I know Dedenne doesn't get Super Fang, which was a pretty reliable way for Pachirisu to actually hit stuff for decent damage. It's a little bit faster than Pachirisu. And, it's kind of getting all the wrong stats. Dedenne, it just does not have enough attack to do, big damage, but that's where they put all the investment in. But if you look at the resistance-wise, the fairy typing, I think, really brings a lot to the table. Instead of 1 immunity and 2 resistances, it's got an immunity and 5 resistances for only increasing a weakness to poison. So, I mean, big deal. Who runs poison outside of, Gengar, Sludge Bomb, and not even all Gengar run that. And, one of the immunity is to Dragon. You're resisting, hugely powerful moves here. Whereas Pachirisu is resisting steel and flying, which it's good for, I guess, against Talonflame because you can follow me and stuff. But I think, Dedenne's typing, in my opinion, is a lot better. So at least it's got that going for it. The set I'm going to be showing you guys today, along with the team, are here. I am running Citrus Berry with the ability Cheek Pouch, which, oh my God, Cheek Pouch, I am all about Cheek Pouch. Now, if you guys don't know what it does, and I didn't really know what it did. It says heals you whenever you eat a berry. So I was like, okay, whatever. What is this gonna be, orange berry? I'm gonna get an extra 10 health back? No, it's like eating double citrus berry, guys. You Cheek Pouch as soon as you get below half health. Citrus berry goes up 25%, and then Cheek Pouch does the same thing. It's ridiculous. It's so good, just for increasing the survivability of this thing. Oh my God. We're looking at the moves here. I went between different sets. This is the set, and this is the team. You're going to see most of my battles are with a different team, but I want to post this team because this is the team. I broke, I think, 1450 with this team using Dedenne, not just in the back with the other 5 Pokemon. Using Dedenne, this team actually broke 1450. I think my highest win was against a 1565. But Dedenne is actually really strong, and I'll show you. I'm sorry that most of the battles are with the other team. I was on my laptop over the weekend, so that's why that is. But this, I thought this was just a better team overall. If you want to use Dedenne, and I'll explain it in a little, just 1 second. I gave it Helping Hand, which is really, it's really great for Dedenne, because Dedenne, you're not really doing major damage. You don't have a big attacking move, so at least you can boost your teammates' move. Nuzzle, same for Pachirisu. It gives you not only damage, but it also paralyzes. He also has access to Thunderwave. Just, there's very few reasons why not to run Nuzzle over Thunderwave, at least for the little bit of damage you're going to commit. And I guess for that reason, I shouldn't have had a minus attack nature. That's my bad. I should have had a minus special attack nature, because Nuzzle's definitely physical, I'm pretty sure. I ended up running the set Eerie, Impulse, and Charm. Eerie Impulse, if you don't know what it is, it's an electric type move that works just like Charm, but for special attack. So it lowers special attack 2 stages. And Charm obviously lowers attack 2 stages. So you can come out here, Nuzzle stuff, make it slow, and then you just reduce their attack or special attack until they do nothing. So something, it's got a lot of options, I guess, running next to like Gothitelle and stuff like that, or maybe Mega Gengar. I'm not running Mega Gengar here, even though it looks like it could be. But it does have a lot of, like, playability with that if you guys want to try that out. That's something I would definitely consider. EV-wise, I gave it max HP for survivability. I really wanted to run it as a Kangaskhan count, or I guess it wouldn't be a counter. It would kind of be like a check, but if you get it out early enough onto the field, especially as a lead against a Kangaskhan, you're gonna really, really demolish it. So I gave it the rest defenses, and like I said, it shouldn't have been bold. It should have been whatever is plus defense minus special attack. But speed-wise, it hits 128, so I'm tying with positive speed Scizor. That wasn't really my objective, but I thought outspeeding, neutral, what is that, base 75, 252 investment neutral, so that's like Smeargle, although they're all going to be speed boosting. Mega Heracross, I beat that if it's, adamant. Outspeed Mega Bayonet, because everybody uses that. So, I mean, the Pokemon here, not the most prevalent. I mean, it's helpful to outspeed Mega Heracross as long as they don't get Tailwind up, but we are outspeeding stuff like Mega Tyranitar and positive speed max regular Tyranitar, so that's important in the fact that it didn't take me a lot of investment to hit a number like this, and I thought it would be somewhat helpful, especially because, look, neutral, 252 base, 70s, like Ponytail, Ludicolo, Bisharp. I outspeed those too. So, Dedenne, its speed is actually pretty decent. As far as the team goes, I ran Mega Kangaskhan because Mega Kangaskhan, it's been such a threat this season that a lot of people EV to survive it. So, if I run a Helping Hand next to a Return, for example, it's going to do way more damage than my opponent's expecting. In fact, it's going to get the KOs they're expecting not to get KO'd by. For that reason, I'm running Jolly just so I can get as much speed as possible. Come out with Dedenne, Helping Hand, and KO stuff. And one of the battles I have here, you're going to see that go down. Aegislash just because I needed something to like stop Gardevoir from destroying my team. Gyarados was my favorite lead next to Dedenne for the Intimidate, especially against another Mega Kangaskhan. If I lead Gyarados and Pachirisu, or not Pachirisu, sorry, I named him Poor Man's Pachirisu, and now I keep calling him that. If I lead Gyarados next to Dedenne, I can come out with the Intimidate, I get a chance to Nuzzle him, and then I can just charm him forever, and he's just stuck being useless. I did used to have Entrainment, and you're going to see my Pachirisu run that, and Entrainment gives my opponent or whatever Pokemon I hit my ability. It overrides their ability and gives it my ability. So before I put on Eerie Impulse, I had Entrainment, and I would get rid of a lot of great abilities, and you'll see that too. I saved some of those battles, and then I had a Garchomp because I needed to beat freaking Charizard, and Gengar's there because I love Double Ghost, and it was just a good chance for me to go and play with it because, oh god, Double Ghost, so good in this format. So that's basic breakdown of what this team was and what Dedenne is. Oh my god. I'm going to get into the battles right now. Alright, everybody. Like I said, this is the first iteration of the team. Most of these battles are with the first iteration of the team, but the point wasn't the rest of the team. It was mostly Dedenne, so I felt like these still worked out. The other team's the one that got to 1450 something. Probably could have still gone up. That's just where I stopped because, yeah. But, pay attention to Dedenne. Right now I am still running the Entrainment version, and that's going to be very important in a couple of these matches. In fact, I think the next 2 or 3 before I put on Eerie Impulse. But I think Eerie Impulse overall is that's probably a better choice. Fake Out comes on to Tickles and poisons me, so that's Poison Touch Toxicroak. That's... Ursaring gets burned. I know it's running. I know it's Guts. I know it has Guts. I know it has Facade. So I Entrainment it to get rid of its Guts ability. It goes to Facade, my Dedenne. I take 60% and I heal back up to 90. Now give me a second. Give me a second. Guts is -1. I understand that. And it no longer has Guts. And like I said, Dedenne's defenses weren't the greatest. But can we just take a look? Can we just take a look one more time at the damage that I'm at 100%. I know it's a little hard because Tickles is in the way, but ignore Tickles if you can. Look at this. That Facade does 60, and look at Cheek Pouch and Citrus Berry heal that up. Did you see that? Let's just, come on. This is ridiculous. How is this even a real thing? Boom. Did I even take damage? Holy God, look at that. 90%. This is the Dedenne. This thing doesn't even evolve. But anyway, all right, we'll get through the rest of this. So it's been entrained. Misplay here. I should have just Helping Handed. I don't know why I Charmed and Waterfalled. I guess I thought Waterfall would do less, but I am at +1, so I don't know what I was thinking. A Helping Hand there would have been way more helpful. Learned my lesson. Helping Hand the Gyarados this time. Go ahead and get the 90% on this Toxicroak. Gonna Helping Hand again. Look at how powerful Helping Hand is, especially next to Pokemon that can set up. Ice Fang's gonna just drop this Goodra. I don't even care. He's gonna go. He should have just left Tickles. I mean, it was gonna die. But yeah. So that's that. What I really wanted to point out: Entrainment, mostly Cheek Pouch. I still can't get over how freaking great that is attached onto with like a Citrus Berry. But the fact that you get Entrainment to get rid of Guts on Ursaring. And then you're just Helping Hand your teammate, and your damage output is still pretty respectable. Here's another one. This team's looking a little more standard, and this is a great example of how Dedenne was used, kind of as like a Kangaskhan, anti-Kangaskhan measure. So here's that Kangaskhan lead I was telling you about. Now this guy is not gonna Mega Evolve his Charizard. He's gonna go for the Kangaskhan instead, which is a big help to me. Everyone's afraid of Dedenne. They don't know what it's doing. He goes to Fake It Out. I get burned. I didn't even know Charizard could learn Will-O-Wisp, to be honest, but it does. And he's going to go Air Slash because he's not going to Mega for, I don't know, for whatever reason. He goes to Power Up Punch to Dedenne. Dedenne's still got so much health right now. I'd Dragon Dance again because I'm not even worried. Once this Nuzzle goes up, as long as I don't get hit by a Sucker Punch this turn, everything's going to be fine. I think he went for a Sucker Punch, to be honest, but whatever. Paralysis for the win. He Charms down. Now he's slower than me. He's at -1 attack. I do get Scarf Blizzarded, and I die, and he is running Earthquake Kangaskhan. But like I said, look at that health back right now. Oh my God. I'm back up to 80%. Pretty confident right now, though, to be honest. Like, not really that afraid. I shouldn't have. I thought he was going to switch because I sent in Scrafty, so I nuzzled that position. I thought he might go to Lord knows what. Maybe, I don't know. But I thought he'd switch. Didn't get the call, obviously. Some of these matches are at lower ELOs. But Scrafty's going to sit out here. I think this is a bulk up Scrafty. I'm not really sure what I was running. But between the Intimidate, that's why you can see 2 Intimidators on this version of the team. I had to scrap the team because of the major threat Aegislash posed to the overall team. If Scrafty went down, I pretty much lost. So that's why I had to rework it. He was running Taunt, though, which is really cool on Scrafty if you guys haven't used it. You can kind of just lock him into attacking and get the KO that way. Look at that. Citrus Berry Aegislash. I don't know where that came from. But, and a nice solid crit to round it out. Just pay attention to the fact that next to Intimidate, I was able to slow down Kangaskhan, and then I could keep it from basically ever doing damage ever again just by outspeeding and charming it over and over and over again. It would come down to him trying to just Power Up Punch every turn to negate my charms, but at that point he'll hit a Paralysis, and the Power Punches really won't be doing that much damage anyway, especially because my charm's going to go off first. So, Dedenne coming in the clutch. I'm on the far side this time. Nice little damage perspective. Look at it. Okay, this is a great case for why Entrainment is such a good move. I didn't run it this time. All right, I was running it during this battle. I know I took it off, but oh man, this is some good stuff. Look at how It's just so clutch. I go for an immediate helping hand, knowing that Pachirisu's going to do his follow me stuff next to Shell Smash Cloister. My Pachirisu or my Dedenne could not touch this Pachirisu. Nuzzle's not going to do anything. You know, Charm's not going to do anything to it. And at the time, Entrainment, what was I going to do? Get rid of Volt Absorb so I could Nuzzle it for damage? No, not really. So I go to elect a helping hand to try to get it off the field. It doesn't. Pachirisu, once again, proven why Dedenne is the poor man's version of it. Afraid of him going for a Rock Blast, I switch in Ferrothorn. He tries to get me, not even close. I'm not even in yellow yet. He doesn't follow me this turn, which was a big, big, big mistake because I get up an Entrainment on the Cloister. Now, Skill Link is gone. He's not guaranteed to hit 5 times anymore. I survive that turn. I get rid of Pachirisu's Cheek Pouch. I gave it Cheek Pouch. I don't know. I didn't really have anything else to do that turn. I thought he was going to follow me again, so I didn't want to Nuzzle to heal him. He only hits twice on the Ferrothorn. That's fine with me. Should have Power Whipped there. I honestly underestimated how great Cloister's defenses are. He feels like he's got time to set up another Shell Smash, and he does, to be honest. Because I get rid of Pachirisu and I protect Tickles. But now he sends out the Mawile, which obviously has to be his Mega. Forgets to Mega Evolve for the win. I mean, what, it would have done double damage. Would I have survived another 23%? Yeah, I should have. So I should have been fine there. Well, no, he's got the attack boost too. Whatever. Forgets to Mega Evolve for one reason or another. I don't know why he Sucker Punched there in the first place. Fire Fang on Garchomp was really what surprised me this game. It's what really scared me. However, I'm not afraid because Pachirisu, I mean, Dedenne, God, I hate, okay, whatever. I'm going to start here. I get rid of Huge Power. I don't want to deal with that anymore. And I saw this full health Gardevoir in the back. He's got Crunch Garchomp, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. I really expect this Shadow Ball to do more. I helping handed it. Doesn't get the KO. And at that point, I can't risk losing the Gardevoir, so I just send in Tickles to sack it. He's not getting rid of Dedenne for whatever reason. And it's really, well, that was to make sure the Gardevoir didn't KO everything on his field. But now that Dedenne is still on the field, just look at this thing. They're both at 1/3 attack. I mean, there's no more Huge Power on Mawile. Now he's got a chance for full paralysis. It's just like, getting rid of abilities, especially on Megas, is so good sometimes. I'm able to Helping Hand here, finish it off with a Dazzling Gleam because Helping Hand is just so good. It's just so good. So, leaving the support Pokemon on the field, kind of scary, especially when it's Dedenne, who can get rid of your Huge Power. Now, I know a lot of these battles are speaking for how good Entrainment is, and it is really good. I'm not sold on the fact that Eerie Impulse is better or that anything else or that Charm is better, but I don't know. I wish I had 5 move slots, but it doesn't every Pokemon. Now, this is the reason I scrapped the team right here. This very battle is when I got rid of all of Dedenne's teammates minus, I guess, the Gyarados and the Kangaskhan, because I thought they were working really well, but huge Aegislash issues here. I do lead with the Intimidate. However, he's got this electric thing. And man, do electric Pokemon mess up Dedenne. Especially they have Volt Absorb. Taking that Stone Edge, like, doesn't even, like, happen. I don't even know. I can't Entrainment the Aegislash. I get taunted, and I Drain Punch into it too. So bad turn. Just terrible. Just the worst. Nuzzle up on Mienshao, though. I felt like he wasn't going to switch in his Manectric, and I was right. I get the paralysis here, which is good. And I go to Nuzzle Aegislash because when I want to taunt it, I want to make sure I can outspeed it and KO it with my Scrafty. He gets the crit. I heal up a little bit, but that crit is kind of painful. I should have Charmed here. I honestly should have Charmed the Mienshao because it would have been more effective. And I went to go KO the Mienshao, expecting the Aegislash to switch out. That Brick Break, oh my god, that Brick Break critting mattered everything to this game for the fact that he would have to be adamant and have like a relatively good damage roll with the crit to KO my Scrafty with Brick Break. So it's not even just if he's adamant with Brick Break and the crit. No. There's a chance for me to survive it even then. But for whatever reason, it didn't happen, and so I'm led to believe he's running adamant. He has to, otherwise it doesn't like really get the KO at all. Or it's like very low chance. So that sucked. But on top of this, I expected this to be my only chance to take out the Mediocre because I have the Walking Berry. He vault switches. He doesn't have Thunderbolt, so he vault switches, and that's going to allow him to get around taking that Waterfall and getting KO'd. Really, really, really boning me. I just nuzzled into it because I think I had given up hope. I was hoping he'd switch out, but, I mean, it wasn't a very smart play whatsoever. My only hope is to hope that he doesn't hit Gyarados, and he ignores it, and I need the crit, and I get the crit. So I've still got some hope in this game. A little bit of hope. But now, Gyarados, if I Mega Evolve, Gyarados is the only thing that can hit his Aegis Slash. So I'm not going to Mega. I'm going to go for a Power-Up Punch while staying in scrappy Kangaskhan mode. Go for the KO. I missed the KO on this Gyarados. He gets the super effective Stone Edge on my Gyarados, and it's over at this point pretty much. Except for the fact that he really should have King Shielded here. I really thought he was going to, and that's why I Power Punched again. And now that he'd hit me twice, I was in big trouble. I have no business protecting here. In fact, I should have Sucker Punched there, and that would have meant a big deal of difference. Really should be King Shielding. He doesn't, but Sucker Punch isn't going to get it. And I drop to this Aegis Slash, which I really can't hit. So I was like, all right, whatever. Let me switch the team around. Now, this version of the team got me to about 1200. Like, it was doing aight. Like, what is this? Like, 1230 or whatever. But the other team, like, 1450 is like, it's pretty decent score. I think this is... Oh, this is just my battle to make me feel better. Whew, from that last one. So we're just going to have to sit through this really quick and just look at this lead prediction. Let's just take 1 second to appreciate... Oh... This just amazing lead prediction. That's Banded Ferrothorn, by the way. Max attack, Adamant. And the Gengar's going to go down because I'm Scarfed. And that's going to do like 87%. And it forfeits. So, oh god, now I feel better now from that last game. Whew. Now I can overcome it. Now we can go. And this is a game that I ran with the team that hit 1450. And it looks like a pretty solid team from here. This thing looks a little out of place, but... it really gets the job done. It's kind of like, it's like a different version of Raichu, to be honest. So my opponent's going to lead Charizard Raichu, and God, I do not like dealing with Raichu. I got Gengar and Garchomp here. Expecting the Protect on Charizard, yeah. I was expecting some kind of HP Ice or whatever. I do big damage with Shadow Ball there, because I am Life Orb. I think Life Orb Gengar is really, really good, especially in certain scenarios. He does a double switch. I hit this Raichu for so much damage. This Rock Slide should finish it off, right? Boom. And I was thinking to myself, all right, here's this scenario. I already did over 50 with Shadow Ball to Zapdos, and my Rock Slide's going to do a lot of damage to it. So let's just go and outspeed this Gardevoir with Shadow Ball, and the only way I can come out of this in a losing scenario is if he's Scarf, and my Rock Slide misses the Zapdos, and the Zapdos is Life Orb, because otherwise it's not going to get the KO on my 1236 Garchomp. 12 HP, 36 special defense to survive Timid. Mediocre HP Ice. However, that's exactly what it was, and I should have known. However, you can never count out Pachirisu, and this is the whole point of why I was running Jolly. Jolly Kangaskhan for that speed. I want to make sure I'm outspeeding stuff like Charizard, who I speed tie with, and stuff like that. Now, I go to Nuzzle the Gardevoir because I don't have enough time to target these things one by one, and I need 1 turn of paralysis, especially because a lot of Zapdos don't run Protect. I need 1 turn of paralysis to keep my damage output low. So I go for the Nuzzle here to get him down. Also because then I can Eerie Impulse him. I have switched over to Eerie Impulse right now. And I was expecting, honestly, I was like, Zapdos might roost, maybe it won't. He does roost, but I'm not afraid of that because I got Helping Hand. And now he thinks he's going to survive, and that 81 is how much my whole damage would have done, the whole turn would have done, because that's 1.5 from my regular. But with Helping Hand, it gets the KO, so that was clutch. Hoping for 1 turn. I need 1 turn of paralysis. He's going to only do 47%, so I thought I had the game won with a Protect here as his Charizard protects or whatever. But the special defense drop puts me within KO range, and now I'm like, oh god, now I got to do something about this, because I need to... I might need a Helping Hand to get the KO on the Charizard, and, if I do, then I'm not going to be able to Eerie Impulse the Gardevoir to make sure it can't KO me. So I'm like, oh god, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Here it comes. I go for Protect. Now, this Heat Wave's going to miss. I would totally survive this Heat Wave, so it's not that big of a deal. Eerie Impulse to Gardevoir, so I know I'm going to survive the next one because it's only at half special attack now. The +1 Frustration would not have gotten the KO without the Helping Hand. Let me just reiterate that. Jolly outspeeds the Charizard. Helping Hand gets the KO. He gets the Paralysis now. That's perfect, and that takes care of that. And so that was... whew. Like, that's just a good example. Came back, what was it? It was just, I had only taken out the Raichu, and it was just these two left. But, you know, with the right support, especially next to Mega Kangaskhan, things get so scary. But yeah, that's the team. I think Dedenne's actually got a decent potential. I would totally run it again. It's not the best Pokemon I've ever used, but that's why it's part of the League of Extremely Mediocre Pokemon. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if there's any other extremely mediocre Pokemon you would like me to cover. And possibly on the next one, I'll give you guys a better EV spread for it. I was kind of just messing around with this guy, and then it ended up working. So that's where this video came from. But if there's something else you guys want to see, like BST below 500, Talonflame doesn't count. I don't want to hear about Talonflame. It's $4.99. Let me know, and I'll give it a shot.